Good morning, my dear students. Students, I am sure that you have done your assigned work. And today we present with the chapter Matter in Our Surrounding. Very important chapter, students. Matter in Our Surrounding. In this chapter, we will study, we will learn many things. What is matter? States of matter, characteristics of different states of matter that we have to study. So, let's start the chapter Matter in Our Surrounding. First of all, we have to know what is matter. Everything in this universe is made up of material called matter. Again, what is matter? In this universe, everything is made up of material that is known as matter. So, matter means in this universe, everything is made up of material which is known as matter. And it has mass and it occupies the space. The things that has mass and occupies the space is known as the matter. So first of all, we have to know definition of matter. Second, students, very important things, properties of matter. Matter is anything which occupies mass and have space. So what is the definition of matter? Matter means it is anything which occupies mass and occupies space and have mass. Each matter is a collection of lots of tiny particles. Particles of matter are continuously moving. So what is matter? Matter is a things that occupies space and has mass. Second, matter is a collection of lots of tiny particles. So many small and tiny particles are present in a matter, and matters are continuously moving. Students, very interesting things. Matters are continuously moving. Particles of matters are continuously moving. These are the properties of the matter. Second is physical nature of the matter. What is the physical nature of the matter? The particles of matter are very tiny. Already I told you, the particles of matter have space between them. The particles of matter are continuously moving. The particles of matters attract each other. So what are the physical nature of the matter? First things, particles of matter are very tiny particles. The particles of matter have space between them, that is their interparticle distance. The particles of matter are continuously moving, and there is the attraction between the particle of the matters. So the particles are very, very small in size, and there is the space between the particles of the matter. There is the attraction between the particles of the matter, and the particles of the matter are continuously moving. So students, tell me the question, what is matter? Yes, students, you are absolutely right. Matter is a thing that occupies space and has mass. Tell the physical nature of the matter. Yes, you are absolutely right. The particle of the matter is very, very smaller in size. They are continuously moving. They have the attraction between them, and the particles of matter have space between them. These are the physical nature of the matter. The particles of matters are very tiny. With the activities we can prove it. First, dissolve 2-3 crystals of potassium permanganate. The formula potassium permanganate is KMnO4 and its color is violet in 100 ml of water in a beaker. So first of all, we have to take a beaker, and in the beaker we have to dissolve 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate. So potassium permanganate is solute and water is the solvent. And you prepare a solution of potassium permanganate and water. Then take 10 ml of this solution and dissolve in 100 ml of water. Take 10 ml of this solution and dissolve in 100 ml of water. Repeat this process 5 to 6 times. This shows that a few crystals of potassium permanganate can color a large volume of water because there are millions of tiny particles in each crystals. This is very, very important just to see the figure, my dear students. So what we have to take? In this activity, we have to take potassium permanganate, water and beaker. You have to dissolve potassium permanganate in water and take 10 ml of the solution and again it dissolve in 100 ml of water. After that, again you have to take 10 ml of the solution and dissolve in 100 ml of water. You have to repeat this process 5 to 6 times. What you will observe? You will observe that a few crystals of potassium permanganate can color a large volume of water, because there are millions of tiny particles in each crystals. So from this activity we can prove that matter consists of many tiny particles. The particles of matter have space between them. I already told you that particles of matter have space between them. This is known as the interparticle space. Take some water in a beaker and note its level. Dissolve some salt or sugar in it with the help of a glass rod. The salt dissolves in the water, but the level of water does not change. This is because the particles of salt get into the space between the particles of water. Just to see, that is, first you take water in a beaker, then you add sugar or salt in water. And first you note down the level of water. So in the first case, what you will do? Take water in a beaker and note the level of water. Now add sugar or salt in water. After addition of sugar or salt, again you observe the water level. You will observe that water level does not change. It means that the sugar particle occupies the space between the particles of water. Salt or sugar particle occupy the space between the particles of water. Just in the figure you have observed this. From this activity, my dear children, we can prove that particles of matter have space between them. Now particles of matter are continuously moving. How you will prove? By the activity. Take some water in a beaker and put a drop of blue or red ink slowly along the sides of the beaker. What you have to do? Some water in a beaker. Second thing, put a drop of blue or red ink slowly along the sides of the beaker. Leave it undisturbed for a few hours. The ink spread evenly throughout the water due to the movement of the particles of water and ink. The intermixing of two or more different type of matter on their own is called diffusion, is called diffusion. So, in this case, we have learned that is particle of matters are continuously moving. So, what you have to take? First, you have to take one beaker. Second, water. And third, blue or red ink. These are the materials that are required. Now, you do the activity. You take water in a beaker. Number 1. Number 2 step. Put a drop of blue or red ink slowly along the sides of the beaker and leave it for few hours. After few hours, what you will see? You will see that ink spreads evenly throughout the water. Why? Due to the movement of the particles of water and ink. So, from this activity, you can prove that particles or matters are continuously moving. That's why the ink spreads evenly throughout the water. And the intermixing of two or more different types of matter is known as the diffusion. So this is the examples of diffusion, mixing of two or more matters. So what are the properties we have learnt about the matter? Matter consists of very, very tiny particles. Particles of matters are continuously moving. There is the space between the particle of the matter. Particles of matter attract each other. How will prove this, students? Take an iron nail, a piece of chalk and a rubber band. Try breaking them by hammering. So what you have taken? One is iron nail, second is piece of chalk, and third is a rubber band. Try breaking them by hammering, cutting or stretching. It is more easier to break the chalk, less easier to break the rubber band, and difficult to break the iron nail. This is because the particles in the iron nail are held together with greater force than in the rubber band or chalk. From this activity, we can say that particles of matter attract each other. Students, in this activity, you have taken three things. One is the iron nail, second is the piece of chalk, and third is the rubber band. When you have tried to break them by hammering or cutting or stretching, you have observed that chalk piece, it breaks very easily and less easier to break the rubber band. But it is difficult to break the iron nail. Why? Because in the iron nail, in the solid substance, the particles are closely packed and held together with strong attractive force. That's why it is difficult to break. It is difficult to break. So these are the properties, these are the characteristics of the particles of matters. Now students, very interesting things. Matter around us exists in three states. They are solid, liquid and gas. I think students, you have learnt about this in standard 7. Solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. These are the three states of matter. Solid state, the particles are tightly packed. Intermolecular force of attraction is maximum. Intermolecular distance is negligible. That is, they are very closely attached. They are very closely held with each other. But in liquid, the particles, that is, intermolecular force of attraction is medium. That is, not more, not less. In the liquid state, the attractive force also medium. Intermolecular distance also medium. But in gaseous state, the intermolecular force of attraction is negligible and intermolecular distance is maximum. So students, one by one, we can discuss the characteristics of the solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. The solid state properties, students. Solid have definite shape and fixed volume. The space between the particle is minimum. The force of attraction between the particles is maximum. The movement of the particles is minimum. They are least compressible and their rate of diffusion is least. So these are the 6 properties of solids. So students, first property is solids have definite shape and fixed volume. Second, the space between the particle is minimum. And third, the force of attraction between the particle is maximum. When space is minimum, so force of attraction is maximum. The movement of the particle is minimum. Force of attraction and movement of the particle is inversely proportional. Students, what is the meaning of inversely proportional? It means that one quantity will increase, then another quantity will decrease. If force of attraction increase, then movement of the particle is decreasing. They are least compressible and their rate of diffusion is least in the case of solid state, my dear children. Now students, let's see the properties of the liquid state. Liquids have no definite shape. If you keep one glass of water in other container, it will take the shape of that container. It has no particular shape but have fixed volume. Liquid take the shape of the container. Yes. Next is the space between the particle is intermediate. That is the space between the particle in solid state is negligible. But here the space between the particle is more than the solid substance but less than the gaseous substance. The force of attraction between the particle is intermediate. Everything is intermediate in the case of liquid state, my dear students. Movement also intermediate. Force of attraction also intermediate. Space between the particle also intermediate. They are less compressible. Their rate of diffusion is more than solid. So solid has least diffusion and the diffusion property is intermediate in the liquid state. So these are the properties of the liquid state. Now students, the properties of the gaseous state. First of all, gases have no definite shape or fixed volume. Gases occupy the whole space of the container. Space between the particle is maximum. So least space between the particle is in solid state. In liquid state, the space is intermediate. But students, do you know the space between the particles in the gaseous state is maximum? That's why force of attraction is minimum. Space and force of attraction is inversely proportional. If space is maximum, force of attraction is minimum. Movement of the particle is maximum. They are most compressible. Their rate of diffusion is more than solids and liquids. They are most compressible and the rate of diffusion is also maximum. So these are the properties of gaseous state. So students, up to this and thank you students. So students, thank you. Next day we will come with different topics. So thank you. Be safe and be healthy.